Brasília is known for its futuristic buildings, wide, empty highways, and perfect symmetry. But at night, that perfection becomes unsettling. The long roads stretch endlessly, lined with nothing but shadows, lights that flicker in the distance, and a silence too heavy for a city of millions. For decades, drivers have whispered about a woman who appears on those highways long after midnight. A woman in a ripped white dress, barefoot, soaked, her long dark hair covering her face. They say she doesn't speak. She doesn't blink. She just raises a hand, asking silently for help, and those who stop never stay alive for long. This is the story of the journalist who dared to investigate her. His name was Gabriel Torres, a 32-year-old reporter from a local newspaper. He was rational, skeptical, and known for debunking urban legends. To him, the tale of the White Lady of Brasília was nothing more than a ghost story told by scared night drivers. That is, until the night he met her. It was 2:13 in the morning. Rain hammered against his windshield as he returned home from covering an event. The highway was deserted, swallowed in darkness, except for the thin line of his headlights. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw movement on the shoulder of the road. A figure. He slowed down, confused. As the rain cleared briefly, he saw her. A woman, standing still in the storm, drenched from head to toe. Her torn white dress clung to her body. Her skin looked almost pale blue from the cold. She lifted her arms slowly, as if every bone inside her resisted movement. Against every instinct, Gabriel stopped the car. The woman opened the back door without a sound and sat directly behind him. She didn't speak. She didn't look at him. She just stared straight ahead, breathing so quietly he could barely hear her. Trying to calm his nerves, he asked, "Are you hurt? Do you need help?" No answer. He checked the mirror to see her face. She was gone. The back seat was empty. The door had never opened. The rain slammed harder, as if trying to bury the moment under noise. Gabriel drove home, shaking. He tried to convince himself it was exhaustion, stress, imagination, anything but the supernatural. But the next morning, when he told the story to a colleague at work, she didn't laugh. Instead, she went pale. "Gabriel, you need to be careful. Everyone who sees that woman disappears within a month." She listed the cases: a taxi driver, a rideshare employee, a salesman, a federal worker going home late. All of them vanished after reporting the same woman in the same place. None were ever found. Gabriel felt a chill crawl down his spine, but his curiosity pushed him deeper into the mystery. He spent days studying police reports, interviewing families, tracing the timeline of disappearances. One pattern stood out. Every witness survived exactly 30 days after seeing her. On the 5th day of his investigation, he came across a name: Eduardo Farias, the only man who had survived an encounter with her. He had disappeared for 2 days after seeing the White Lady, but eventually turned up. Confused, dehydrated, and mentally broken. He had been living in a psychiatric clinic ever since. Gabriel visited him. Eduardo sat on the edge of his bed, staring at the wall. His hands shook continually, as if he were cold despite the warm room. When Gabriel introduced himself, Eduardo's eyes widened with fear. "You saw her," he whispered. "Didn't you?" Gabriel nodded slowly. Eduardo swallowed hard. "You think she vanishes when you look away. But she doesn't. She follows you in reflections, windows, mirrors." His voice cracked. "Always behind you." Gabriel tried to keep calm. Did she speak to you? Eduardo shook his head violently. She doesn't need to. The moment you see her, you're marked. You have 30 days. That's all. Before Gabriel could ask more, Eduardo grabbed his wrist with surprising strength. You shouldn't have stopped the car. That night, Gabriel went home feeling watched. Every glass surface seemed darker. Every shadow seemed deeper. He covered all the mirrors in his apartment, but in the middle of the night, a noise woke him. A soft tapping on the window. He approached slowly. At first, he saw only his reflection, but then something moved behind it. A pale figura standing just over his shoulder, hair dripping, dress torn, her face slowly rising toward his reflection. Gabriel stumbled backward, heart pounding. He didn't sleep. From that night on, he felt her everywhere, in elevator doors, in dark car windows, in storefronts, a face that never fully appeared, but never fully left. People on the street began to look at him strangely, as if he smelled of something rotten, something wrong. By the 20th day, he stopped leaving his house. By the 28th, he could barely eat. On the night of the 29th day, he heard something, a woman's footsteps on the tile floor of his apartment. Slow, deliberate, pacing outside his bedroom door. He locked it and pressed his back against the wall, trembling. At midnight, the footsteps stopped. But the silence was worse. The doorknob turned gently. Once, twice, then stopped. Gabriel didn't move until morning. On the 30th day, he finally understood what Eduardo meant. The curse doesn't kill you violently. It removes you quietly, like peeling a photograph from reality. Neighbors reported hearing a scream near dawn. When police broke the door, they found Gabriel's apartment empty. His phone lay on the floor, recording, as if he dropped it mid. The final audio captured was a soft female voice behind him, whispering something unintelligible, followed by absolute silence. Gabriel Torres was never found. Today, drivers still report seeing a woman in a torn white dress wandering the highways of Brasília. Some stop, some don't. But I'll share one thing. Once you see her, she never leaves you. And she always comes back. On the 30th day,